Ah, the cabin from Helen's drawings.
Is it just me, or...?
I felt it too.
This is the place.
What you doing here? I had a feeling we'd be crossing paths again. If Pennington sent you, you may run along. I've nothing to say to any of you.
I'm curious. How did you escape without being noticed?
I know Fort Jericho better than anyone. It has many ins and outs. If Pennington hadn't had his head up his own arse, he'd have known not to put me in those cells.
That's what I said.
Did you have help?
I still have friends in the fort, and if you think I'm going to tell you more than that, then you really are mistaken about my character.
You weren't easy to find. Why here in particular?
I was with child when the first plague came. I gave birth surrounded by the dead and dying. My son never had a chance. I wished to bury him away from the mines, away from the garrison. Somewhere his and his alone. I brought him here. I left him here. And I nearly did not make it back.
That's a lot of loss for one person. I am sorry.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Sebastian's husk vanished. It must have been hard to lose him all over again. How are you bearing up?
My days are quiet. Some are better than others. At times, I am grateful for the memories. At others, they feel like fingers clamped upon my throat. I'm still learning to live around my grief.
I wish I could tell you that time heals all, but I'm still learning too. Maybe it doesn't.
One day, it will be safe to remember. In this, I trust. Count your blessings in the moment, for both are fleeting.
What are you doing up here?
Did Pennington send you? Yes or no?
Aye, he sent me. He thinks you plot against him.
Let him. Let him imagine me lurking in the dark, waiting for him to turn his back. Let him live in his delusion.
I don't think he needs you for that.
If it's not me, it'll be someone else. A man in that state needs an enemy, real or imagined. I took that role. I hereby resign. I am done with Pennington, Fort Jericho, and all in it.
What's the plan? You can't mean to stay here forever.
I could. But no. When I'm ready, and the road is open, I'll leave for Boston and begin anew. For most of my life, death has walked with me. But to see how you Banishers walk proud beside it, well, it's as if you dance along the road with death. That leads me to wonder. Perhaps it's time I embraced my gift and put it to good use. Perhaps I too may dance along with death.
Have you always been sensitive to the invisible?
I suppose I have. As a child, we'd play secret games in which we'd summon spirits, as you do. For me, though, sometimes they came. I remember, for weeks after my grandmother passed, I'd see her sitting at the foot of my bed. My father ascribed it to a wild imagination. He would not indulge it.
You weren't imagining it. You have talent. Match it to your prowess in the fight, and you'd make a fine banisher.
I was hoping to find someone to guide me on that path.
It's a noble calling. You'll be helping the living to live, and the dead to depart.
That sounds like a purpose. I need a purpose.
Be warned, child's play it is not. There's a lot more to it than clubbing specters.
Show me. Show me a real foe with a real banisher fight. Teach me.
I'd happily be your teacher, but recent events mean I no longer qualify. Looks like you got yourself a new apprentice, Red.
All right, I'll step up. Till you find someone better, mind. Let's show Helen how banishers fight.
First of all, keep in mind that fighting specters is rarely easy. They can be tricky.
Aye, caution is always advised, but you're in good hands.
I know a cave where we might find a fight. Follow me.
This is
And
actually
Taya?
interesting.
How did you become a banisher?
My mother was a healer. She had the gift. Taught me all she knew. But I was different. I had a gift for ghosts. At 15, I set off to develop it. I knew no one and had nothing. But my teachers saw my yearning for knowledge and took me on. And here I am.
Quite the adventure. We're almost there. This is the place.
Good instincts. This cave is badly stained.
Time to dig. We use runes and words of power to make spirits manifest.
Do you pluck them from thin air with your magic rings?
It's more that we will them to come to us. The rings help channel the power.
I summon you now!
Hogging all the fun. Did we miss it?
Reinforcements!
on, Red! Think you could take on a ghost?
Away with you!
And that's how a fight goes.
Most of the time.
Except when your partner drops his sword or loses the tie.
Fairy stories. Neither of those entirely plausible things has ever happened.
You fight well, Banishers.
As do you.
If I didn't, I'd be dead.
If you're truly serious about becoming a Banisher, I may have a contact in Boston who could help. Her name is Elizabeth Grey. You should find her, if she wants to be found, at the Green Dragon, not half a mile from the wharf. Tell her I sent you. When you meet her, please tell her she is now the best female Banisher in the land.
She's interesting. I'd do some reading if I were you. Might help you make a good impression. Here, this book served me well. It'll serve you too.
I shall treasure it. Thank you. Thank you both so much.
Take care, Helen.
Any last advice for a young-ish apprentice before you go?
Love life, even when you lack the stomach for it.
Perhaps we'll meet again.
God willing, we shall.
Okay, I like that. I like that little ending there.
Back to Pennington to give him the news of Helen's passing.
It's such a good lie, it's almost true. Elizabeth's still in Boston?
You know Elizabeth, she loves a bit of culture. I'm told Boston has many taverns.
I'd assumed she was dead.
Most people assume she's dead. She likes it that way.
She and Helen are talking cheddar.
Yep. They're gonna have so much fun.
I kind of liked that. I was just like, damn, alright. Oh, upgrade available. Let's fully upgrade these sabers. Oh, now I look all freaking awesome. Alright.
Well, have you found her?
From one soldier to another, and I'll not put it in writing, but Tell them priests shall pose you no more problems.
My word. Such terrible tidings. Thank you. Not your affair, of course, unless so mine. From one soldier to another, and I'll not put it in writing. But I'll not mind if the purse on my desk goes missing while my back is turned.
Permission to take my leave, Captain?
Permission granted.
Okay. Alright.
Odd way to make money, but I'll take it.
Helen's free. Pennington is happy for Pennington. And soon there'll be a new Banisher. A ghost damaged the sign.
Problem, madam?
Sir, I'm sorry, but we're closed. As you can see, we're facing some problems right now.
So, I believe you've got business troubles.
Yes. Business. I require the services of a capable man. I've been burglarized, vandalized, and I'm left alone. I need help.
You say your store's been robbed.
More than once. A thief has been stealing merchandise. And now Nathaniel has stolen the cash box and fled.
You also have a haunting. That's a lot.
Widow Ingersoll, I'm no constable, but in your case, I could make an exception and look into it.
You could? Well, thank you. I really do need that cash box back. It's not much, but it's all I have. My damned keys are in it too.
Who's this Nathaniel who stole your money?
Nathaniel Sather. Our shop boy. Salesman, really. He was Mr. Ingersoll's barker. Natty's been with the store a very long time. Or had been.
Where might he have gone? And why might he have taken the cash box?
We had words. He wished to try for Boston. I need him here. A promise is a promise. Now he's a promise breaker and a thief to boot, who took the keys I kept as a memento of my late husband.
I'll need to nose around your store. Your house, too. Do I have your permission?
You do? I won't be far.
I'll get to work.
Very well. I'll be here.
There's a lock. I'm gonna need a key. This account book isn't too healthy.
Mind your business, Mr. McCraith.
Anyone home? I'm Red McCraith, the Banisher. Show yourself.
I think we're alone.
Bathsheba Ingersoll said Nathaniel Sather wanted to go back to Boston. But really, he wanted to get back to his friend Thomas. We found all we could. Might be time to go after our thief.
Nathaniel stole a cart. Maybe you could follow his tracks.
Not a bad idea, Mrs. Ingersoll.
McCraith! Over here!
Are you all right?
Can't sleep. Bad dreams. The screaming of men long dead. You should be sleeping too.
Reminds me of another soldier I knew some years ago. Haunted as hell, he turned out to be a promising banisher.
We have a ritual that will put those men to sleep for good. Just name the place. Somewhere important to you.
At the cemetery, there's an unmarked grave. I've always wondered who lies therein. That's the place, I expect.
Perfect. If I find you there, I'll put your dreams to sleep. I don't usually bring it up, but I was a soldier too.
Thought as much. Where'd you fight?
Well, first I fought my way across half the Highlands. Later I'd fight wherever my paymaster sent me. Bavaria, Bohemia, Austria.
What's your war story then? We all have one.
In a tavern in Paris, with 3 of my comrades, a Turkman stood us drinks and offered us work, fighting for the Ottomans against the Viennese, and the Poles, the Prussians, and whoever else. And the pay was good, a villa each in Cyprus and slaves all of our own. I said I'd not have slaves and I'd not turn my coat. "I will," said my friend Lucas, "but I'll free the slaves." Mar shook his hand and wished him well. 9 months later, my band ambushed a Turkish emissary on escort to Venice. I found Lucas by the side of the road. I buried him where he fell.
Well, probably wasn't you who shot him, was it? Hard to know, I suppose. But you know what never leaves? The smell. That sickening, coppery vapor rising as a man's life pools beneath him. For all those brave young boys we send off in search of glory, that stink is their rude awakening.
Easier to die with than live with, perhaps.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. But come. Blood soaks away. Let's not dwell upon the past and men long gone.
I wanted to see that.
As you were, soldier.
So which made-up ritual do you want to do this time?
Let's keep it simple. Candles and that.
I didn't expect that he'd actually lie. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Do you think perhaps the late Mr. Ingersoll may haunt his old store?
To punish Nathaniel who broke his promise? Perhaps. I doubt it. The tracks continue this way.
Nathaniel must have had motivation to flee in snow like this.
Or desperation. The tracks veer to the right.
I just fought you guys. Come on.
Get back up!
Standing by. Run, Red! The right words of power may force the nearby specters to show themselves.
Unveil yourself. Stay put. Reinforcements.
This isn't over yet.
I feel an echo ringing, like a hum.
You know I'll not wish to bother you, mistress. But when do you think you'll pay me my wages?
I'll pay you when I can, Nathaniel. You know this.
You've been saying that for months now, and I'm struggling to believe it. 'Tis in the contract that I be paid. Pay me by tomorrow, or I must act.
You must act. Do you hear yourself? Go clean the back room and hush with your nonsense.
That's it. That's blooming well it. I'll take what is mine, I'll take it.
I'm guessing this is Bathsheba's cash box. Nathaniel robbed the widow.
He was desperate. She'd left him no choice.
Novices really have no idea how many miles a banisher runs to solve a case.
I once met Nero Fox, the infamous banisher who solved all his cases from the comfort of his armchair.
I should have become his apprentice.
Thing is, his apprentice was the one that went into the field for him.
A trail of blood. I don't like that.
The tracks continue this way.
I think Nathaniel was injured.
Looks that way. What with the blood and torn clothing and all. There's blood here.
The tracks lead into this cave. Must have been really desperate. I raise for now the Veil of Shadows.
Go away! Leave me alone! Ah! Shoo! No! Give it back! Ah!
Eaten alive. Hope it was quick.
The wolf took up hers. Bathsheba Ingersoll's, perhaps.
Get back up!
Sit down. Let's search the den. Poor Nathaniel shall never again see Boston.
But Bathsheba Ingersoll may get her money back. Here's the belt. The purse is with it.
Keys. Widow Ingersoll's, I don't doubt.
I've seen this symbol in the mines below Fort Jericho.
Why would she have keys to the mines?
Hold me close till I get up.